In this video, we are going to learn about how to combine records from multiple columns into a single column. So you can see here we have three columns: program 1, program 2 and program 3, which contains names of students or persons. We want to combine all these records into a single column. So we know that we can use a flatten function, but if you use a flatten function, it is going to combine all the records into a single column, but we also get extra rows which are blanks. So in the flatten function, we have used range as A5 to A15 because if I add any name in the first column or any column, it should be reflected automatically. So you can see here we are able to see that name added automatically. So that's the reason we need to use range which should include the future rows. If we use in this way, it has one limitation that we also get these blank rows because we have used here A5 to A15. Same way we have used for the second column as B5 to B15. So we also get blank rows for that also, and the same way for the third column. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate three different solutions using which we can combine all the records and we get records without any blank rows. So let's get started. So as we understood that we can use flatten function to combine all the records, but we get blank rows in that approach. So let's see first solution where we apply flatten function. We specify the ranges A5 to A15 for the records from the first column, B5 to B15 for the record from the second column, and C5 to C15 for records for the third column. And we plug the result of this flatten into a unique function. So unique function is going to find out unique records from all the combined records. So if you use unique, we get all the unique records. So we do not get any multiple blank rows, but here you can see that we get one blank row. So we don't want even that row in our solution. So the first approach is we apply unique. So we'll get only one blank row. So that is one limitation of this approach. The other limitation is in case we have more than one student or more than one person exactly same name, then we are not going to see that name here. We'll get only one name out of these two persons. Okay, let's see the second solution. The second solution, we plug the result of flatten into a sort function. So sort function is going to sort all the records in alphabetical order. So we'll get all the names and will not get any blank row in the intermediate result. So that is the second solution. So this solution also has limitation that we do not get records exactly in the same order in which they were present in their individual columns. So here that order is not preserved. So that is the limitation if we use the sort function. Now let's see the third solution, which is the most appropriate solution to even preserve the records and we do not get any blank rows in between. So let's understand this solution. Here we use flatten function, but we generate the range dynamically depending upon how many records are present in individual column. So as an example, you can see here I have written one formula called address. So using address formula, we can generate address of any cell dynamically. So which takes basically row number and column number. So here you can see that my records are starting from row number 5. So I've specified as 5. See, basically I want to find out what is the cell number of this column, which is A9. So you can see here it is $A$9. So this reference value I want to generate dynamically, and that value I'm going to plug into the flatten function. So we need to find out what is the row number of this cell, and column number will be 1 because for column A the number will be 1. Same way for column B, column number will be 2. For column C, column number will be 3. So we use that and we supply it into address function. So we know that our starting row number is 5. So we plug it into address of 5 plus using count A function, I can find out how many rows or records are present in the given range. So it is not going to count the blank rows. So I use count A, then from A5 to A15. So in this range, how many rows contain the values, it is going to count that. So I add 5 plus that count. So here you can see that we have total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records. So it is 5 plus 5, 10. Now we subtract 1 so that we get exactly the same number, which is the row number of the last value or the last record. So we say 5 plus count A of A5 to A15 minus 1. So this formula is for finding out the row number dynamically, and the second is the column number. So for column A, the column number is 1. So using this I can find out the ending cell number of this range. Same way we can see for column B, it is 5 plus count A from B5 to B15 minus 1, and here we specify column number as 2. And same way we find out cell reference for the last record in column C, which is C13. So again we use the same formula, and here we change column number as 3. So now we are going to use this ending cell number in our flatten function. So let us see how to use it. I have written formula here, so let's see that formula. So you can see here we use flatten. We specify 3 ranges. So for the first range we start from A5, and here we use indirect of A3 because the ending cell number is the value that is present on A3 cell. So here we use indirect. So indirect of A3, so this will be replaced by $A$9. Same way for second column from B5 to indirect of B3. So this value will be replaced by $B$8, and same way for third column we use indirect of C3. So indirect of C3 will be replaced by this value $C$13. So once we use this, we'll get correct result. Now what is the advantage of this? If I plug this name in the program number 2, for example, then it will be reflected automatically in the result. So our name is say this Devanshu, so that will be reflected in all the result, but the correct solution we get using this approach. In this video we learned that if you use flatten directly, it has a limitation. If our records are dynamic, the simple flatten is not going to work. We need to rectify that solution. So in this way, if we generate the cell number dynamically and we use indirect function, we can easily solve this problem. Thanks for watching and happy learning.